Hey everybody, welcome to Fresh Out the Box. Plays games and does stuff and reads stuff and blah blah. Hey, I'm Johann Minion. I'm the game master extraordinaire. Sometimes some people call me that, board game stuff guru, maybe.
Casualty CDG. I'm a retired child crimes and human trafficking detective who's disabled, and now I'm a comedian and a tabletop titan, and we play games and we read about board games. And I have an empty shelf behind me, which is not as impressive as the old stuff I used to have. The move has begun, Jahan.
Yeah.
We're gonna reposition. We're gonna go. There's gonna be a different setup behind me at some point. For now, it's just gonna be kind of naked, and getting bare and naked for a while.
Interesting.
What are we doing tonight?
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at something going on. Yeah, Mutants and Masterminds from Green Ronin Publishing. For those of you who follow us and do not know somehow, we are part of the Green Ronin affiliate program, so you can get any of their content from their website with 5% off year-round with our code in the chat. That is discount/freshoutthebox at greenroninstore.com. And we get a little something out of that. So if you like Mutants and Masterminds, if you want to get any of this content, feel free to do that. And you help us out at the same time. No extra charge to you.
What we're doing right now, though, it's I just want to make sure everybody knows that we're not going into this with blinders on. We are looking at different tabletop role-playing games, different superhero games, trying to find out which one is the right fit for us to play. And even though we're Green Ronin ambassadors and we have that sale and that discount code, we are not going to favor their system unless it's better, right? That's kind of the thing. We want to put the best game out. I just think that it might be.
We are going to do our best to be unbiased in this.
That's right.
But cards on the table, we do benefit financially.
Yeah, I think that's important to say.
Yeah, it's important to say.
Not to be biased here.
Yeah, we might have a little bias. So maybe take it with a grain of salt. But we've already read the system before. We're taking a little bit of a better look at it today. And I liked it when I read it, and it is a well-known and highly acclaimed superhero game. So it's not like we're blowing smoke up your ass. Unless you like that, in which case.
Mm-hmm. I'll do that.
Anything for a follow.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, so here's the Mutants Mastermind right off the bat. Great cover. Love the cover. It's got, the typical, the Max Crusader guy with bird wings. It's got the Iron Man suit. It has some sort of portal guy. It has the super girl who is superpowers being cute. I don't know. She's dressed weird. And then there's Iron Fist. But his mouth is closed, so I guess it can't be him.
That's right. Not the immortal Iron Fist. Don't forget about strange-looking Tiny Bugman.
Where's strange-looking Tiny Bugman?
Underneath superheroes' crotchels.
Oh, there you go, that guy. Yeah, I see him. And then there's a werewolf and a stone guy. Off to a strong start.
Mantis type of thing happening.
Designed by Steve Kenson, someone we have not yet managed to have on the show, but we'll try.
I know of Steve. I've watched Steve in a bunch of streams.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've met Steve, but you're right, we haven't met Steve on the show.
Yeah, we're not Facebook official yet, so.
How does this is a D20 game, right? Some kind of D20 game, but it's not a D&D mod. They use their own kind of system in this.
Yeah, it's not a 5e compatible thing. There's lots of D20 systems that aren't. 5e compatibility is a very specific thing.
This is one of those from my understanding. I don't remember how it works, but I remember it being a D20 game.
Yeah, well, let's find out what you need to play. The book, which contains all the rules to create a hero and play the game, a copy of a character sheet, a pencil, some scratch, and at least one 20-sided die. There you go. I have a second book here. So they have setting books for this available. I believe it's called the Emerald City or something. It's very cool. But I also have the Deluxe Game Master's Guide, the cover of which is their what do you call it? Not Temple of Doom. The Anti-Justice League, and it looks great. Just want to point that out, show it everybody. But yeah, the die. It is a D20 system, so you are right about that. This whole page right here that I'm looking at is just like, hey, have you never seen a TTRPG book?
Yeah. I'm exploding through the rules right now as fast as I can. It looks like you get actions, just very similar to the Dungeons & Dragons mechanic. You get an action, you get a move action, you get free actions, and as many reactions as it says you do.
So I've read other people's takes on this system, and so a lot of them say, because it does, the character creation is involved, and they say that. They say it's pretty tedious. But they say the gameplay is relatively simple, and I feel like that's I want to find out, because if that's true, then this system is going to earn some points from me, because I always thought it was going to be like almost aberrant level difficulties.
I'm zipping down the rules again to page 19. I get to extra effort.
Yes, I remember extra effort.
The effort is a new mechanic in this system. That's I think, particular to this system. Heroes are sometimes called upon to perform feats beyond even their amazing abilities. This calls for extra effort. The player can use extra effort to improve a hero's abilities in exchange for the hero suffering some fatigue. The benefits of extra effort are not limited by the power level due to their extraordinary nature. So you can use it to get an action, you can use it to get a +2 bonus, or to negate a -2 penalty. You can use it to increase a power level by 1. You can use it to temporarily gain or use an alternate effect of your power. So you kind of get to unleash a cool, like, super move, right?
Yeah, you get to, like, split your beam or, like, do something cool, yeah.
Resistance, then you can retry, so you can reroll, I think is what that is. You can increase your speed by 1 or your strength by 1.
And then my very next question is taken care of right here. Cost. What's the cost of an extra effort?
Fatigue. You get fatigued. At the start of the round, after using effort, you become fatigued. A fatigue hero who uses extra effort becomes exhausted. And an exhausted hero who uses extra effort is incapacitated. If you spend a hero point at the start of the turn following the extra effort to remove a fatigue, the hero suffers no adverse effects. In essence, spending a hero point lets you use extra effort without suffering fatigue. So then we get into hero points, right?
Yeah.
That's under here. This is how you come back from using your extra effort.
Yeah, whether it's luck, talent, or sheer determination, heroes always have something setting them apart from everyone else, allowing them to perform amazing feats under the most difficult circumstances. In Mutants and Masterminds, that something is hero points. Spending a hero point can make the difference between success and failure in the game. When you're entrusted with the safety of the world, that means a lot. So, hero points allow the player to edit the plot of the adventure and the rules of the game to a degree. They give heroes the ability to do the amazing things heroes do in the comics, but with certain limitations. And they encourage players to make the sort of choices heroes do in comics in order to get more hero points.
Everybody gets 1 hero point at the start of the session. You can get more from the Game Master, and usually you have some kind of poker chips or beads or something, and you give them back to the Game Master when you spend them. Hero points do not carry over to the next play game. So use your hero points.
Yeah.
You only ever get 1. Use it or lose it.
So I love hero points. I love those kinds of points that you get every session, specifically, not every encounter, like every session. So that way, you know when you start the next game, you have 1 in your pocket, no matter what. And then I also like being able to just give people hero points. And if we play this in our channel, the viewers will be able to imbue you with hero points.
Yeah, I was just going to say it works pretty well for our Boon or Doom system.
It does.
Using hero points as a reaction, and it takes no time, and you can spend as many points as you have. You can use them to edit a scene, you can do a heroic feat, improve your roll, inspiration, instant counter to, react and counter somebody, and you can use it to recover, which is what they were saying earlier, to avoid your fatigue. Johann, earning hero points, from what I just briefly read, I would think it would be like based on role playing and based on cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe they have an actual thing.
It does say they get them from complications,
yes.
Act of heroism, and role playing.
See complications in the next chapter. Secret origins for details.
Well, damn, look at that. That just leads right into the next.
Oh, that guy's getting his third eye opened by a dragon.
Look, remember last week when we talked about Cypher System?
Yeah.
We ended up grading it on a few different things, and one of the things we had a problem with was the layout and how things weren't really where they should be. Each time in this, when it talks about a thing that we don't know what it is, that thing is the next thing. Yep. I already see you doing it with your hand. Yeah, it's the next thing. Yeah. It's right there every time. So far, so good.
Yeah, I really see. I'm really hoping to like this on the second go around. Because like I said, we're going to try and not give a biased opinion. I just don't want to be mean to it. So it's good that it's turning out very organized, and I love the artwork already. The system it has stuff going for it already, and it makes me hopeful that I'll like it overall.
You know my rule is I like to see art every 3 pages or so, and this book's about every 3 pages or so. They miss a page with a giant table, but that's okay.
They do, but they also have some back-to-back art pages.
They do, and they also have...
They have several back-to-back art pages.
And they have some full pages, too, so okay, alright. They're about at my art thing. About what I look for.
It's also, I like the art a lot. I don't mean to crush on Princess or anything, but... You know.
Yeah, I'm looking at this dragon awakening this guy's third eye, and... That's cool. It's
cool. Yeah, no, it's definitely cool. And it hints at the fact that this system covers perhaps the supernatural. But yeah, so we're at Hero Archetypes, Hero Design, PowerPoints, PP for short. And then there's complications. Okay. So let's find out a little bit about what makes a hero in this game. The quickest and easiest way to make your own is to look through the various archetypes. Okay, so they have archetypes, they have, like, classes. With just a few quick choices, you have a new hero complete and ready for the game. Each archetype offers a complete, ready-to-play level 10 hero. Interesting. The recommended starting power level for Mutants and Masterminds is 10, apparently. Some archetypes offer a few simple choices in terms of skill, advantages, or sets of powers to fit different themes. Cool. And some archetypes also offer an options section where you can change some of the pre-existing traits to create a different kind of hero. Cool.
So I remember reading sort of about this the first time and being inspired by these rules, and I'm inspired by them again because you get to pick how many power points you start with. And it says that the game master might pick anywhere from 5, 10, or 20, or even more if you want to start with really high-level heroes.
Right, and then you assign them to powers.
Gotcha. And I remember you and I, at the time, being like, yeah, this system fits our desire to do, like, a young heroes getting stronger type of thing. To even start with something like 2 power and go to 5, and then stay at 5 for a little while and build on that power level. I'm remembering this.
It has a lot of flexibility. But yeah.
Choose the ability ranks you want for your character. You pay 2 power points for each rank. Choose defense bonuses, paying 1 power point for +1 defense over the base rank of your hero's abilities to improve toughness, see advantages,
so
powers.
They do something here that I really appreciate in a game. Hero design, it has step-by-step on one, well, it goes to 2 pages, but you know what I mean. It's all there on how to do it. So you come up with your concept, you ask your game master for guidelines in case you can't do some stuff, you find out your power level, and then, yeah, like you said, choose the ability ranks you want a character to have and pay 2 power points per rank. So that's cool. So, man, that'd be really interesting if you only had 2. That means you could pick a power. And I actually really enjoy those kinds of superhero stories where everyone just has a power. One thing. You know what I mean? Like, not super strength, super speed, and durability.
If you start with a power level 2, though, you're starting with 30 power points.
Oh, because I meant 2 power points.
But you do want to start with 30 power points because each ability costs 2. Defense costs 1. Skills cost 1.
Oh, skills too? Okay.
Yeah, everything costs.
All encompassed.
So,
okay.
Right. If your power level is 1, then you start with 15 points. And so each one is a multiple of 15.
Well, that's kind of good.
1,
That way, if you want to be more Batman-y, you take more skills. If you want to be more Superman, you take more powers. And but it's balanced. That's cool.
Which I bet, as a game designer, I bet that took a long time to set up, and I bet that was a huge pain in the ass.
It's interesting that it's all one pool of resources. You don't see that in a lot of games. So abilities, and then skills, and advantages, and powers. Those are all the things you pick, and you spend PP on.
We're not old enough for this game. We can't play it.
We're not. We're too immature. But yeah, so like you said, skills are 1 power point per 2 skill ranks. And then choose the advantages you want your character to have and pay 1 power point per advantage. I'm interested to find out about advantages. And then create your hero's powers by choosing the desired effects and paying the effects-based cost. Okay. And then complications. Choose at least 2 complications for your hero. You can have more if you want, and more complications your hero faces, the greater chances of earning hero points during the session. So I wonder if those are like weaknesses and like vices and like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm on the complications page. Let me just real briefly give you the top of it. Comic books are full of storylines involving personal complications, and players are encouraged to come up with some for their heroes. Complications may have a specific use in the game. They give the game master a handle on your hero. Different challenges to introduce into the universe. When the game master does so, you earn hero points that you can use to enhance your character's chance of successes. Choose at least 2 complications for your hero, a motivation and at least 1 other. So the motivations are acceptance, doing good, greed, justice, patriotism, recognition, responsibility, and thrills. And then the motivations, other complications are accident, addiction, disability, enemy, fame, hatred, honor, identity, obsession, phobia, power loss, prejudice, quirk, relationship, reputation, responsibility, rivalry, secret, temper, and weakness. So you pick a motivation, and then you're picking a complication to go along with that.
Very cool. And role-playing through those things can help you earn power points in play. So that's cool.
As soon as the game master uses one of those against you also, if they use your motivation or if they use your complication, then you get a power point. Just as kind of a way to nudge the game master to remember to hand them out.
Cool. So if one of my bad guys whips out some kryptonite, you get a power point.
That's exactly right.
That's interesting.
Or if you put a player in a situation where they choose greed or they choose patriotism, then they might want to nudge you for a power point. Thrills. If a hero blows it for the rest of us because they're chasing thrills, that might get them a power point.
Yeah. So I like step 10, Game Master approval. That's the final step.
I also saw that. I like that.
You got to pass it off to me and say, hey, is this okay? And I can say no, which is always true. But
it's finally there, right? It's finally written in stone. We all know it's true, but there it is.
Some people don't. And I rarely say no, but I've had a couple players that have made some stuff I wish I had said no to.
I like to build my thing at the table with the other players and the game master. I think it's more fun that way.
Toy Session Zero is great, yeah.
Yeah, and as such, it lets you, like, if you want to trade something out and your game master's there to approve it, then you don't have to, like, try to sneak it onto your sheet and see if he doesn't notice it later. Like, that's the best thing to do is make it with your game master. Come on now. What is you doing?
Yeah. Nah, I've had people make stuff that's problematic in the past, like maybe a dumb character turned into a mentally handicapped character really quick. And that, it's nice that you need to stamp it, because some people can't help themselves sometimes. Okay, I see what you're saying now. A power level 2 is 30 PP. Okay, cool.
Correct. And
wow.
Having seen this, I would even start at a power level 1.
Bro, they're saying the average, starting is 10. That's 150 points. That's crazy. That makes you, like, a weaker Justice League character.
Correct. You're like Young Justice at that level.
Pretty cool.
I'm totally down for being level 1 for 2 sessions, and then level 2 for 2 sessions, and then 3, and getting working our way up to 5 or something like that.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see. See, starting at level 1, I feel like that is like you guys are there at the event that causes powers. You know what I mean?
I do. I know that we give movies shit for always showing the story, the origin story. We've seen enough origin stories at this point, but I do think that playing an origin story is a lot of fun.
I like seeing the origin stories almost always, but I don't need to see Spider-Man's ever again. Stop. Leave me alone. I don't need to see Batman's ever fucking again. Superman barely has one. He can't. He's just a grown man all of a sudden.
I think I have figured it out, Johann. Yeah. If you can Google a superhero's origin story, I don't need to fucking see it because the history is there and I can find it with my phone.
I mean, you can Google anything, but I feel like
that's not true because we can't Google these characters' origin stories.
Gotcha.
So correct.
Gotcha.
We should play them because they don't have one that you can go find. We need to establish.
See what you're saying.
Yeah. But if someone's got one, fuck it, Google it. You don't need to see it again. Yeah. It's already there. It's been done, and it's probably been done 3 or 4 times.
Man, they've been done so many times on screen. Man. But yeah, so starting power, you pick the starting power points, then you spend them, and your power level is an overall measure of your effectiveness, power, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And here's the basic cost. Advantages cost 1 per advantage or rank. The power. Oh, then is this your power? Oh, that's how you craft your powers. See, bro, that's math.
What did you just say to me?
You heard me.
Did you just say you craft your superpowers?
So under the basic trait costs, abilities 2 per rank, defense 1 per defense rank, skill 1 per 2 skills, 1 per advantage, and then power. It says base effect plus extras minus flaws times rank plus flat modifier. That's how you calculate the PP cost of a power, which means you get to, at some level, craft your power, which I did not realize. You gotta do some math, but the math isn't as complicated as I want to pretend it is, so.
I mean, it's a pretty simple formula. We can all do it. And you only have to do it once, right? No, well, you can do it every time you take a power. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, and then it tells you... Okay, it tells you what each power level represents. So power level 8 is a masked adventurer. Fits the Mystery Men era of the golden age of comics. Okay. As well as non-powered adventurers. And then power level 10 is superheroes. 12 is the big leagues. And 14 is world protectors. Interesting. Okay.
I'm scrolling down to try to find the powers now because I want to read all about mixing powers. But first it's showing me all the sample characters and all the sample archetypes.
Power level is a value set by the Game Master for the series as a whole. It places certain limits on where and how players can spend power points when creating their heroes. Power level imposes the following limits. Skill modifier. Your hero's total modifier with any skill, ability plus rank plus ability rank plus skill plus advantage modifiers cannot exceed the series power level, plus 10. Okay. So I set a limit that stops you from getting more than a certain amount in any skill. Interesting. That's very interesting.
So I told you I was going to fly down and look at some of the powers.
Yeah.
The archetypes, there are 20 archetypes.
Yes.
And each archetype has a power list underneath them. And the first one is Battle Suit. And so it's actually a pretty good example of power types. So you get Weapons Array. And Weapons Array costs 24 points.
What page?
And page 57. And so you spend 54 or 24 points on the power weapon array. And then weapon array has 4 different things that it does. It has alternate effects. And those are basically your powers, right? So those are what you're spending your other power points on, is the other things that your weapons array can do, because you have an Iron Man missile thing that comes up. So we can do things like micro rockets, omni blaster, strength and accuracy booster, tractor beam, plasma bolts, force capsule, electro stunner, and electrifying shell. Those are just the offensive powers. There are also defensive powers, there are movement powers, utility powers. And so you're blending all of those powers to make your Iron Man suit.
Yes.
So that's I guess the power blending, so to speak.
Yeah, no, so now I didn't notice this the first time I went over it. At the end of each one, it has the PowerPoint cost. So like having a armored shell, 13 points. Sealed systems, 8 points. Very cool.
The movement powers, and also the defense powers, they show a negative in parentheses.
Where? Oh.
Just underneath those.
So, no, a lot of them say that, because that is the...
removable.
Yeah, that's the downside. Mm-hmm. Is that it's a power that can be removed from you by simply taking off your armor.
Right, it'll cost you to take that off and replace it, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, it means that they can, like, remove your armor, and then you're nothing.
They can take it off?
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't
it be able to? Cost? It looks like it costs you to take it off. Like, it would cost me 11 points to buy the gravity drivers in the movement options.
Yes.
But if I wanted to change that to teleport tech, I would have to pay 3 to take the gravity drivers off,
no.
And then pay 12 to do teleport tech.
No.
Because it's removable minus
Here, let
3.
me look at... I'll look at something else real quick.
Oh, yeah, look at what the removable keyword means.
Let's see. So, like, yeah. So other powers under other people's stuff don't have that as a thing. What the removable thing, it's like I was trying to say. It means that your armor is removable. You're Iron Man. It means that you have no powers when you're not in your suit. That's what removable means. It means that it is not a part of your person. And that if I, as a villain, take off your boots, you can't fly.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's what it means. It's a downside. Because part of the formula for calculating power cost is minus downside. So, like, if you can only turn invisible when no one's looking at you, like, what's his name from Mystery Men? That's a downside, you know? And it makes the power cheaper.
And you can take an extra minus point on it to make it easily removable.
Oh, does it say that?
Uh-huh.
Where's that at?
I control F removable.
Gotcha. Yeah, cool. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You're exactly right. That's what's going on there.
Yeah. And so you can add these caveats to any power that that make it more affordable. But it has a downside that I, as a game master, both love and can take advantage of.
So I could actually pick to make it not removable then? Or does it always have the removable one?
If it's not removable, that would mean that it is in your body.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right. But
you could do that.
You could do that. Or would that still be removable one because it's got the removable tag on it? Does it always have to be removable if you're picking combat suit?
These are pre-made. You can craft them raw. And
these
I feel like you can use I feel like you could use Battlesuit to make a cyborg if you wanted to. Although there is a cyborg.
These are not pre-made.
What do you mean?
We're not looking at the pre-mades. We're looking at the archetypes.
Yeah, the archetypes are essentially ready to go with a few options.
The archetypes I thought were classes.
Yeah, but they're almost done.
Or they're built out already?
Yeah, pretty much. They give you some variation, some option to change and flavor. And you can remove stuff and add stuff as you want to. But you can also simply go into the core part of this book and build it from the ground up.
get greasy.
I believe, yeah.
Because even this, I would say, is pretty greasy.
This is pretty greasy, yeah. But it's doable.
I would almost want to use the Archetypes way, even though I'm a build it from scratch type of guy, because even the Archetypes seems like a lot of power.
I do not see an issue with the Archetype way, no.
Yeah, it feels like you could reflavor a lot of that on the fly.
Yeah, you even get to pick a stat array. You know what I mean? Like the example here, Genius, Military, Accidental.
And of course, you can re-roll any of those stat arrays, and you already see.
You don't even have to roll. The rolling's optional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can just pick.
I probably would roll because I like that.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, so you could make a character in theory very quickly. Which the downside that I heard about this system was that it was hard to do, and that might just be from scratch. Yeah, and then it gives a breakdown of what was spent here. So this abilities, 36 power points, power 76, advantages 10, skills 16, defense 12, total 150. So this is a 150 point character. Bought and paid for. Which is very interesting. And yeah, they give you all these different options for, you can have aquatic turbines, which is cool. Teleport tech, which an Iron Man suit that can teleport. Hot fire.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like now we just need to find where the, Build-A-Bear section is.
So there's kind of a weird part here. Hero abilities can be altered.
Yes.
Which is cool. All the hero abilities are on page 108, but then the next page 109, talks about altering a character's mind or getting rid of their abilities altogether, and then details how they would freeze up or how they would act with no intellect and no awareness. So make sure to put points in your skills. Make sure to put a little bit of points in everything. Apparently, you don't want to be you don't want to go to a -10 or a -5 from some enemy bullcrap.
Yeah. Well, that's ability ranks are like stats.
Yes, and this is basically telling you don't.
I like that
telling
0.
You watch out for your dumb stat.
I like that 0 is an average adult. It makes it easy to gauge. A normal person has zeros, an everyday person is a 0, literally.
Yeah.
And a 3 is gifted. So, it's not a big scale here. But it goes to 20, which is cosmic.
John Cena, he's a number 6.
One of the best in the world. At hiding. Hey, look, I'm John Cena.
Ooh, Jackie Chan, number 7.
Best ever peak of human achievement. Yeah, so number 7 is Hawkeye's archery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Daredevil's martial arts.
After the abilities, it shows you what defenses you can buy and put your points into. Things like dodge, will, fortitude, parry, toughness. There are lots of defenses to play with here.
Mm-hmm.
Then
so, this is from the ground up character creation here. This you can make anything. So I remember last time we were trying to gauge if you could make anything, and we found that you really could, but we were doing it through the archetypes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do that. So you can literally make anything.
Mm-hmm.
But this method of character creation is much more involved. But, I'm not necessarily mad at that. I'm getting all excited, and I need to calm down.
This is a lot. I'm into the defenses now. I'm through the... So it goes abilities, it goes defenses, it goes skills, and the whole time you're keeping track of these power points, you're buying everything for 1 point or 2 points. There's a lot here, Johann. Are you in the skills section yet in the yellow pages?
No.
Just start scrolling down and looking at all these skills. So you're trying to buy, it's page 115. So you're trying to buy these skills after you buy defenses, after you bought stats. There's a lot of point buy here. There's a lot of different pages to
Yeah, you have like 150 of them, yeah.
Make sure you don't overspend over there. You don't have 150 unless you're starting level 10.
Unless you start level 10, yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
We would have 15 like a couple of assholes.
Oh, man, you guys are going to suck.
I know. We're supposed to be like crappy super kids.
I can't wait to literally stat out a bunch of 0 normal people and give them like billy clubs and handguns and make you guys fight them.
It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
And then you push one into a vat of something, and then boom. Super
now
cool.
He's the Joker.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting to think about starting from the ground. I don't know. I have the same joy of that level. So yeah, skill rank. I'm looking at skills.
Lots of skills.
And then it explains how they work, which kudos. Some books don't do that.
Oh man. It keeps going. I'm just still scrolling and scrolling. There are lots of skills here. This would be overwhelming to a first-time tabletop person, I think.
Yeah.
We're not first-timers.
Oh my god.
What, are you still scrolling also?
No, look at acrobatics. Balancing. Here's a chart for how hard balancing is. Circumstance modifiers. Like, I don't know, man. But I think that those carry over to everything. I think DC's 0 through 20 are always the same.
I think they're just sample tables.
Yeah, those are sample tables, but like, chill out, man. I don't need that.
Chill out, Steve. Steve Kenson.
But then they have jumping rules. Oh boy. I don't want to do this math ever. Athletics check result is if you have a running long jump, you get whatever you roll. Standing long in feet. Standing long jump, athletics check result divided by 2. Running vertical jump divided by 5, and a standing vertical jump divided by 10. So there's a chance you don't get very high at all.
Running jump, you're probably going to be looking at something like, 20-ish. Standing long jump, 10-ish.
No.
Running vertical jump, is that 4? 4-ish?
4-ish.
That doesn't seem right. That seems low as hell, doesn't it?
Well, you're going to be adding stuff to it.
That's true, but if we're still using that 20 number on an average running long jump.
Yeah, but that's naked. That's with nothing.
Well, that's critting too, though.
It's critting with no... Yeah, you're not wrong. It is critting.
Yeah, we can call it a crit and just say, okay, fine, we'll use that as the no numbers added, no numbers taken away. You're the highest you can jump is 4 feet.
Hey, you can make DC athletics checks as a free action to run faster. Interesting. Okay. Alright. So, like, jumping, I'm not gonna condemn a system on their jumping, because jumping systems are never good. Ever. But, this is,
look,
your numbers...
You didn't have to break that math down. If you just look right above that, it straight up uses all those same numbers. 20-foot long jump, 10-foot standing jump, vertical jump of 4 feet, and a vertical standing of 2 feet.
Where's that at?
Literally right above that chart we were just reading. It's in like tiny little half a paragraph.
Oh, jumping?
Right above jumping. So I guess if you're a jumping superhero, that's going to be a different thing. But if you want to have a skill jump, then sure.
Oh, so your base plus to that, it says your athletics bonus plus 10 is the base distance under routine circumstances. So that skews those numbers a little higher. Which all they really needed to be was a little higher.
Whatever.
It says
the jumping isn't great.
Alright, we can move past the jump.
Okay, the jumping isn't great. If you were coming to this table to find a jumping game, this might not be the one for you.
It's not made for platforming. Although no system is. We should make a platform TTRPG.
No, we shouldn't.
It's me, a Pac-Man. I have legs now.
Starring Chris Pratt.
Oh, Waka Waka.
That's Fozzie Bear. Page 133.
Now if you do it another time.
Advantages.
Waka Waka Waka. That's Waka 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 Waka. That's Pac-Man. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going?
Advantages. Page 131 is where they start. I think earlier you said, I want to know about advantages. Well, I'll tell you about advantages. They're categorized as one of 4 types. There's combat advantage, fortune advantage, general advantage, and skill advantage. Fortune advantages require and enhance the use of hero points. Combat advantages are just how they modify combat maneuvers and things of the sort. General advantages provide special abilities or bonuses not covered by other categories. And then there are skill advantages that offer bonuses or modifications to your skill use.
Interesting. So this sounds like, hey, if you want to be always good at something, take one of these. That makes sense. It makes sense. So each advantage is listed by name, type, and if the advantage is available in multiple ranks, followed by a description of the advantage benefits, blah, blah, blah. All right, so that's just the breakdown. So let's read one. Accurate attack. When you make an accurate attack, see maneuvers page 249, you can take a penalty of up to -5 on the effect modifier of the attack to
like
add the
passives.
same number.
They're all passives. There's huge.
They're like
there's
feats.
Pages of them, exactly. Page 132 and page 133 are both filled with charts of advantages.
Yeah, but I like this one. You can use your acrobatics bonus or movement speed rank in place of deception to feint and trick in combat as if your skill bonus or speed rank were your deception bonus. That's cool.
Yeah, interesting.
That is interesting. But it seems like they have, it's a lot of that. So these kind of immediately remind me of 3rd edition feats. Because being able to swap out skills and stats, like Intelligent Blade. There was a feat in 3rd edition D&D that allowed you to use your intelligence modifier to attack with a sword. Which was interesting, to say the least. There was one for every stat, though. Interesting. I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, all out attack, animal empathy, okay. Artificer, like that. You can use the expertise magic skill to create temporary magical devices. Alright. Oh, and then here's a list.
I'm a pretty big fan of this one, Johann. Minion. You have a follower or a minion. It's an independent character with a power point of rank times 15. They don't level up. You spend your points to level up the minion. And they have a helpful attitude towards you if they're capable of independent thought. When they die, they're replaced in between adventures with other followers with similar abilities at the game master's discretion.
So that means you could make specifically Seth Rogen's Green Hornet, and where you dump all your points into a follower that's stronger than you.
Super funny.
Which is really funny, yeah. You could be a rich guy with some shitty gadgets and then have a badass kung fu sidekick that's better than you.
Well, there's also sidekick beside Minion. You can also get a sidekick. That's a different thing.
Ooh, I like.
Mm-hmm.
I like. So yeah, it has a breakdown. So these are the combat advantages I'm showing right now. Chokehold. I'm just going to read some ones that jump out at me. Favorite environment. Interesting. Improved disarm. That kind of stuff. Impoverished weapon. I know Gary's all about that. Improvised
weapon.
Improvised.
I was like, oh no, why is my weapon so poor?
Why is it so poor?
What happened?
I'm just a poor sword.
Please, master.
Please.
I need some good fortune.
May I have some crust of bread, master? Yeah. Impoverished sword. God damn it. Redirect, that's a cool one. Throwing mastery, good stuff.
We have powers after that. So a lot of that stuff you just saw was human abilities mostly, right? They were things within physical reality.
The realm of believability.
Right. Now we go into power effects. And might I direct your attention to page 146?
Really quickly, I would like to point out the advantages are all after they're described, but they're also each in a categorized table that's easy to digest in a small one-page. Look at all the combat advantages, look at all the fortune advantages, general advantages, and skill advantages. They're together.
You'll be happy to see that the powers are the same way on page 146. I think they tell you most of the information you need to see. They put all the powers on one big list to tell you the type, the action it takes, the range, the duration, the resistance, and the cost per rank.
Excellent. So, if you're not a big TTRPG person, you might look at this table and say, uh-oh. Calm it down, right? Internalize that. It's okay. It's okay. This table is actually what you want to see. This is an easy to digest, hey, what do I want? Extra limbs? Oh, cool. There it is. And it tells you how much it costs. So
if you're a fantasy football person or a fantasy basketball person, you're used to looking at charts like this and looking at like what someone's daily or weekly points are, projected points, their schedules and things like that. So these drop downs are almost like the ESPN and Yahoo drop downs. So I think most people are probably familiar with this, from gamers to people who are getting into gaming and have done. A lot of people have done fantasy football at this point.
Man, I like it. So it's funny. Extra limbs I like as an example, because if you add the caveat removable, you have mech arms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, boom.
Or your gross zombie arms.
And yeah, you could upgrade it. You can make them manipulative. You can be able to manipulate them after they're removed, which would make them gross zombie arms.
Or give them regeneration.
Yeah. So all of these powers are in flux. I like them. I like looking at this list. This is doing the thing to me where it fills me with inspiration. Like, just boom. Like, I'm already making like 30, like Johnny Zombie Hands is happening, you know. Just 1.5 million characters just flying through my mind right now, from immortal sword wielders to beings of pure energy to all that good stuff, you know. It's here. And when you're here, it's family, right? It's the Olive Garden of games.
I'm trying to see the part where you can mix powers or blend powers, or what's going on with that.
What do you mean?
Let's see. What do I mean? I'm not sure what I mean, Johann. That's a good question. Maybe what if I want to make like a weather control person who summons bears?
You take weather control and then you take summon bears.
But you take them as two separate powers.
Yes.
And you just do the. Okay, that's I guess what I was asking. Is there's like you don't blend them into a spell, you have both sets of powers?
I'm pretty sure that that's how it's meant to be, but like say you want to summon maybe a weather bear, right? Maybe
like
maybe there is a way to use one power to alter another. I'm sure that's probably in the part where it tells you how to change powers. We could look there. I know what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering that, but for the most part, it seems like they're fine separate. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's all I was asking. Is that a thing to like blend, to put them in a blender?
Oh man, there's more.
Power comes out. Yeah, there is more, and I feel like each power has extras, right? They can tell you what the power can do. Extra.
Fuck is variable.
But that's not quite what I'm looking for either.
What is variable? I want to know. Let's see, countering effects, how to countering works, duration.
You know how I kind of want to be insubstantial as my power?
Yeah.
So if we start with 15 power points and I spend all of them, all 15 in insubstantial, I can become coherent energy. But if I want to be incorporeal, like a phantom, I actually have to spend 20 points to do that. Which is cool, because it builds that into the character where we were talking about your power becoming more and more. Yeah. You start fluid, and then gaseous, then energy, and then become incorporeal.
Yeah, but you'd also be trash at everything.
No, I was just giving an example of how that power would grow over time. Yeah, I wouldn't put 15 into energy. That would
That would be, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do shit.
That's just what a level 1 power level would be if you dumped it.
It is interesting
into insubstantial
to see. Yeah, I'm looking at these. Yeah, some of them are cheap. A lot of them are 1 per rank. Visibility is 4 or 8. Some of them are 8. Let's see. It looks like 8 is the highest cost per rank.
Okay.
Which, when you're multiplying that over time, especially with the gradual scaling that you just described to me, that's pretty fair. Shapeshift, 8 per rank.
Luck control.
Yeah, I remember reading Luck Control. Luck Control is cool.
Guess what I found, Johann, for everybody reading along at home?
What?
I found the leaping power. So if you want to jump, this is how you jump. Now you can jump.
Yeah, I got you. No, that's funny.
You could be the jumping hero.
Frogger.
You can jump 15 feet at rank 1, 30 feet at rank 2, and up to 1,000 miles at rank 20. And it only costs 1 point per rank.
Okay, so
you don't suffer any fall damage after the jump.
Each power has under it the available extras.
Yeah. In a very cool way.
Yeah.
And they show that power's flaw for a creative game master.
Where are... Yeah, flaws.
You want to hear the flaws of leaping?
Yeah.
Acrobatics check required. You might fall. Full power. You can only leap your maximum distance. You can make shorter leaps only not by using your leaping ability, so just regular jumps. So you can only jump all the way, like if you have rocket boots or something. So you get the -1 from those, the same way you did earlier, where you got those minus points to make it cheaper. You can make your powers cheaper by taking flaws. What is the mind reading flaw? That seems like a really bad thing.
I don't know.
You have to be close to do it.
Okay, that's fair.
You suffer feedback at the GM's discretion from reading or experiencing traumatic or emotionally charged thoughts of the subject. Limited by language, so you can only read thoughts if you speak their common language. Limited to emotion, so you can only kind of feel their emotion associations, not their coherent thoughts and memories. Limited to a sensory link, so you can't read their minds, you can just taste or hear or smell. Limited to surface thoughts. Then ranged, where you have to make a ranged attack, you have to be far away for it. Or sense dependent. Your mind reading is dependent on a sense rather than accurately sense the target, such as needing to see their expressions or hear them speak or smell their biochemistry and so forth. Those are cool. I like those as flaws for mind reading.
The thing I don't understand about the flaws, right? So I'm reading like burrowing, right? The flaw that they offer is limited, right? Burrowing may be limited to certain circumstances or materials, such as only loose sand and soil, leaving the character unable to burrow through dense clay or solid rock, or only snow and ice, being unable to burrow through earth and soil at all. -1 cost per rank. Per rank of what? Like, per rank of the burrowing ability? Or, per, like, material you scratch off the list? Like, because that could be a lot of stuff. Like, maybe it's up to the game master. I don't know.
Yes, I guess you take a... I say I'm going to take burrowing, and my flaw is... then those are all examples, such as only loose sand and soil.
Yeah,
right?
but that says -1 cost per rank. What is that?
Right, so I could be like, and I can't dig in, like, sand and soil, so it cost me 1 cheaper to buy that power. But you can also add penetrating or ranged, which lets you create longer tunnels.
Yes.
For extra costs.
Yes. But, like, so I don't... So can you only take, in this particular instance, this flaw once and get -1.
Yeah, because if you keep taking it, then burrowing would be free every level you took it, I think. Because it's -1 cost, and burrowing only costs 1 per rank.
You know what? I'm going to go deep dive into this. I'm going to go check it out. See if I can figure it out.
You going in?
I'm going in.
Go in, man.
But by all means, keep looking at stuff.
No problem. I'm going to tear through these powers and see if there's anything. Ooh, create. I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Continuous create objects, create impervious objects, movable, precise. Yeah, subtle, stationary. The flaws for that are feedback, permanent. I like that. A permanent object is great. It only costs +0 to make that flaw because it's not that terrible, which is cool. It just might be a flaw at some point, so it's free. Your created objects have a total volume plus your toughness rank equal to your create rank. So you make really, really dense objects. You make big, heavy things on accident. That's a funny flaw. Simply damage is 1. You can inflict damage on a target by making a close attack. I guess this is the razor claws, energy shields. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Targets resist with toughness.
Okay.
We've gone through a lot of these powers before. They do pretty much cover all the things.
They cover pretty much everything, yes.
Yeah, all the things I could think of.
You could, yeah. So, let's run down. If anyone in the chat has a power that they can think of that they don't think we could do in this system, let us know. We'll try to figure it out. But
before you even, right? Yeah. Before you even do it. I'm looking at a page that has dimension travel, environmental adaptation, permeate, time travel, space travel, slither. So, come on, bring it.
Yeah, bring it. Like
time travel and space travel. Right?
Get out there. Think something weird. I want to hear some weird stuff in the chat. And we'll see if we can replicate it with this system, because that is an important metric, especially in a superhero game. Because it's almost offensive to be limited in what you can do in a superhero game, you know? Yeah, you can comprehend stuff, languages, animals, machines, objects. I like that. I've seen people that can understand machines in media before, specifically in Heroes. He could like talk to machines and understand them like as an entity. So these are really cool. Spirits, there you go. So, but yeah, is there anything you could think of that you don't think that we could do?
I found what I was thinking always. I always go to mind control.
Yes.
And usually you'll find that in like telekinesis or telepathy, but this time I wanted to look in illusion. And I found a really cool illusion, what are they called? Like a sidebar, right, in this book, on page 164. And they talk about different things of illusions. There's damaging illusions, illusory appearances, mental illusions, and it even talks about how there's no reason for a character, an NPC, to disbelieve an illusion unless you give them a reason to disbelieve an illusion. And how a clever game master might challenge a player, and how a clever player might circumvent a game master. There's a whole paragraph there about it, which I think is a lot of fun. Limiting illusion players can get way out of hand. If you let an illusion player go, then he controls the game, and if you reel him in, it doesn't feel like he's getting to do illusions. So they have a whole thing about it. They have all the different types of illusions. I'm digging it.
No, I like that. Let's see, what are the extras? Independent and selective. Oh, you can choose who perceives your illusion. You could drive people insane with that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you can make someone see ghosts and only one person. They wouldn't know what was going on. You can do all kinds of stuff with that. Holy crap.
Yeah, so that's how I started to think maybe my character, instead of being mind control, maybe I should be a mind illusionist and be kind of a fearmancer.
Man, those go in the same power set, though. You could easily have both.
That's exactly right. That's why I said usually I look in telekinesis or telepathy for this, but this time, illusion kind of gives you that if you play it right. If your game master lets you have that.
Stop making villains.
No. Why would I stop making?
Try to play a hero game. God damn it.
Why?
Because that's what the people want.
Look, man, Bakugo seems like a villain. He's a hero.
That's different.
Klaus sees ghosts.
Bakugo is in no way a villain.
Klaus
that's how
sees
it's
ghosts, Johann. Klaus is not really a hero. What about Ben? Ben just turns into a tentacle monster and murders people, and he's a hero.
Hey, that's fine, but as long as you're not, doing horrible things to people.
Hey, man, Ben does horrible things to people.
Yeah, but
But to bad people.
I don't really think... So I think what his power is... Yeah, hey, that's a good one. Can we replicate Ben's powers from Umbrella Academy? That's a good one. Let's try that.
Before you get there, I just want to defend my character one more time. If I'm just putting mental illusions into people's heads that make them scared and run away, that's way better than killing them as a
That's okay. Monster. No, that's okay. I'm just making sure you're not doing it to, your wife.
No. I would be doing it to, fry bad guys' brains and make them have nightmares.
I mean, that's fine. You could be the bogeyman of bad guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Like the Scarecrow if he was a good guy.
I'm just making sure you're not trying to, get your wife to kill herself to, get everything in the divorce or something.
Well, not anymore. Okay. That storyline's out now that you spoiled it for me. Gonna need to write up a new storyline for my 15-year-old.
Oh, no.
Where were we? We got off track, but it was good.
We're trying to make Ben.
That's right. Thank you.
So, my ideas for this could be transform, summon, shapeshift.
Extra limbs. But he is not in control. I don't think. I think he opens up. I think he's casting Arms of Hadar from Dungeons & Dragons. I don't think he controls. You're right. And I also think that we're going to find that in flaws.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be a flaw of a power. I think it's going to be you don't control it kind of thing. Let's see. So, it could be alternate form. I don't think it is, though. I don't think it's alternate form.
It might be. You might want to give that a hard look.
I'll give it a look.
And reskin one of those forms.
I'll give it a look. But the important features of this are summoning tentacles from another dimension that you do not control. Mm-hmm. That is the crux of this.
They're also murder tentacles, which I think is important. You're not just summoning tentacles that don't do anything.
Oh yeah, no, they're murder tentacles. They're not helping you fucking web sling. They are, you open it and the elder god is hungry. That is what I want here. So let's see if we can do that with this system.
I'm down into summon right now, so let me know what you find on your side, and I'll let you know what I get down.
Okay, so summon, you're doing summon, shapeshift, and transform are the other ones I was thinking. Here, I'm gonna hide the book from the viewer so they don't have to see me scroll really fast. It's probably nauseating. What am I looking for? Shapeshift? Ooh, morph.
So
nope, that's not it.
Summon's not quite it. Okay. Summon only does minions. Different types of minions you can do different, and if you have minions, then you can copy them and make more. You can do mental link, sacrifice, so the minions take damage instead of you. It's just not it. That's not the one.
Okay. I'm looking for... I think I passed it. Whoops. Where the fuck is shapeshift?
I found transform, but that's not shapeshift.
No, look at transform. Yeah, that was one of them.
Transform's not shapeshift. Transform is turn that into something else.
Gotcha. I don't see shapeshift. Was it not called shapeshift?
Maybe not. Because there's the other shapeshift too, where you're stretchable. So they probably use a different word for it.
There's morph here, which is not it. Morph is like disguising. Wait, metamorph. A morph attack imposes a different appearance on the target creature. Okay, never mind. Oh, you can make you can make someone look like something else, as in with morph, which is cool. Yeah, so I think this is going to be a flaw of something here.
I think you're gonna. I'm getting ready to call it something. I'm getting closer. I'm getting ready to call it growth and extra arms.
Can you make the arms have a mind of their own?
That might just be flavor.
Maybe.
And then there's also damage attack, which is just straight up damage. And so you just go extra arms, you go extra growth, so you get bigger and you do more damage and stuff, and then you go damage attack. You turning yourself into a monster is more just flavor, right? The Incredible Hulk turns into a monster, but he's not mindless. Ben's monster is, but I still think that's flavor. Or with Game Master approval, those are flaws where you don't have control over that.
Oh, here's save shift. It's in a weird, like, blue thing. Effect. Variable assumed forms, move action, 8 points per rank. You can transform into different forms, gain the physical traits, abilities, blah, 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 of the assumed form. You gain shapeshift rank times 5 power points worth of traits. You can also redistribute points spent on your own physical traits, lowering your strength to apply those points elsewhere, for example. So essentially, it turns your stat pool into liquid. You can move it around when you're doing these forms, and you can come up with different ones that you have points to add to it. You are limited to the inherent traits of the form you assume, and do not gain new mental traits, even if the form possesses them. Shapeshift is often further limited by specific types, forms, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So I don't think that's it either. But no, so you're saying extra arms.
Yeah, I think extra arms, growth, and attack.
Is there a way...
Growth is take it or leave it. I just like it.
Yeah. Is there a way to... Is there a portal opening power?
There's got to be. Like, what do you want to do with the portal?
Interdimensional portal.
You want to teleport with it?
No.
You want to bring shit in with it?
Yeah, I want to open up a portal to Hell Dimension and let them eat stuff.
Yeah, you can do that. That's summoning, though. And the things that come through aren't you.
Yeah. Is that all just summoning?
Mm-hmm. You could do that in summoning.
Okay. So maybe this is summoning.
It could be, but summoning, by definition, has minions. Now, you could call those minions your tentacles if you were a clever boy.
Yeah, but under the minion section, it does specifically say that you might not have control of them.
It does. It specifically says that as one of the flaws, right?
Yeah, I think so. So, it might be summoning some sort of tentacle.
Summoning a tentacle creature. Yeah, I guess that could be a way around it for sure.
And then like I know that you can put limits on those things, like maybe limiting the duration, so like it's just an attack, or like it tries to. I don't know. So it sounds like you can very close make Ben. It sounds like it's not outside the confines of this system. So that was a hard one. Kind of an interesting character to try and replicate. So the system does seem like it can do a lot of cool stuff like that. I like it. What else do we need to read here, Gary?
Well, I feel like we figured out Ben's power.
Yeah, I'm confident that we did.
And I think last time we were able to do the same thing, is just figure out the guy, figure out the power. We've still been able to do that with this game. I'm still liking this game, except it seems like character creation has lots and lots of numbers.
Character creation does, but they don't seem overtly like complicated numbers. They're just a lot of numbers. Because like I bring up Oberon a lot in this discussion because that's a superhero game. And in order to shoot an energy blast in Oberon, you need to go to school. Like, it's a lot. Like, it is a math problem. A train leaves the station at 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
what time does
not appear to be that way?
Yeah, because those problems get into the gameplay, and that sucks. This seems like the character creation is a lot.
Oh, look at this. Look at this on page 235, Johann. I found the thing that matters.
Did you?
235.
Oh, those are good pictures.
It's the game. It's how to do it. This is it. This is the sample. This is action adventure. This is the turn.
Okay, yeah, let's figure this out. This is the part that we haven't looked at yet.
So first you do initiative.
Okay.
D20 plus your initiative modifier. That ain't hard. Nope. Initiative is one of the movements that you have in the beginning that you can spend power points to level up. Surprise is next. If there's surprise, there is. If there isn't, it's because if there is surprise, they beat perception, right?
It looks like this system does surprise round.
Action types during your turn. You get a standard action, you get a move action, and you get as many free actions as make sense. And then you get as many reactions as make sense. And you have the ability to do so. And then no action.
Does it say make sense?
I think so.
Free actions consume very little.
It says a reaction is something that happens in response to something else, like a reflex. Like free actions, reactions take so little time, they're considered free. The difference between the two is a free action is considered a conscious choice made out of the character's turn to act. A reaction can occur even when it's not your turn to act, and some powers and other traits are usable as reactions. So yeah, you get as many as make sense.
Okay.
They're considered free, it says right there. But yeah. I'm sure if I make a loop chain of reactions, you're going to tell me it's bullshit, and I would expect you to.
Potentially, but some of them are fine. But yeah, I don't like exploitation.
Correct.
It's boring.
If I'm trying to cheese it, that's where the line goes.
It's boring. Yeah. Taking your turn, starting your turn, taking actions, order of actions, extra action. Okay. It's not bad. Oh, and then you end your turn.
Mm-hmm. Challenges, there's like the game mastery stuff, right? The initiative, the sequences of different types of challenges, the consequences, environmental hazards. Here you are, you're getting into it. Now you're ready to play the game. Did you make your guy? Did you figure out your power? What do you think, Johann? What do you think?
Of what?
Of Mutants and Masterminds.
I like it.
You like it, huh?
Yeah.
What do you want to grade it?
Yeah, we'll grade it. I'm just looking at the challenges I'm looking through.
And then it gets into game mastering after that. But
okay.
Keep looking at the art at least as well.
I'm interested how so there is conflicts. I would like to look at this to see how fighting works. I feel like we gotta look at that.
Go ahead, yeah, find it.
Yeah, 240. Attacks. An attack check represents an attempt to hit a target. It's D20 plus attack bonus versus defense class.
What do you say? What do you know?
Pretty easy. Critical hits. 20s are criticals. You automatically hit regardless of your target's defense. Oh, that's funny. It doesn't say that in Dungeons and Dragons, I don't think. D20s are not automatic hits in raw D&D, but most people do allow it, which is fine. But this game straight out, flat out says, you roll a 20, you hit.
That's weird.
It's interesting, because that means anyone can hit anyone in theory. Which, I mean, is mostly true. You know, you can punch Superman. I mean, he's really fast, and he'd probably move. But he might not. He might just stand there and let you break your wrist. I don't know. But yeah, so increased threat range. Okay, that's improved critical stuff. Critical misses are 1s. It's all pretty easy. Damage. Damage resistance check. Toughness versus damage rank. Is that times 15? No. So a successful attack with a damage effect requires the target to make a toughness resistance check. Success. Damage has no effect. Failure, 1 degree. The target has a -1 circumstance penalty to further resistance checks. 2, the target is dazed until end of their next turn and has a -1. And then failure. Target is staggered and has -1 circumstance to further checks against damage. If the target is staggered again, apply the 4th degree effect. Okay. And then failure. The target is incapacitated. Sounds like there's not health in this. That's interesting, huh?
That's interesting.
Huh. So it sounds like you have to fail multiple damage resistance checks to get knocked unconscious, which makes sense.
Yeah. And then the villain can do with your body as they please. Which probably isn't. Phrasing. They can take off all of the armor that they want in whatever order that they want to.
Okay. Sure. Strength and damage. Strength provides a built-in damage effect. The ability to hit things. You can apply effect modifiers to the damage your strength inflicts, making it penetrating or area of effect. You can also have alternate effects for your strength damage. See alternate effects, blah, blah, blah. So if you choose a damage effect, a damage effect can be strength-based, something like a melee weapon, allows your strength damage to add to it. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. Because it doesn't say how damage works on people. Right?
No. I don't see it.
So it's talking about strength-based damage effects.
Let's go to combat and see what...
Oh, where is combat? We're not in the combat section?
No, we're in the how the game works section.
Oh.
So the combat is... There it is in skills.
Let's see, abilities, skills, advantages, powers.
So it does say stamina is your health.
Where's that?
On page 108. But it might just be using it in a general sense, not in a numerical context. Yes. Okay, I think I'm figuring it out. I think the word they use in this game could be condition.
Yeah, they're talking about conditions. Staggered condition, blah, blah, blah. Where are the conditions at?
Page 17, it says, are conditions.
Really? That's really
very
early.
beginning. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, there's a whole breakdown of how stuff works over here. The action round. Standard action, move, free, reactions. All right, we looked at this. Conditions.
We just might not have understood that conditions are...
Yeah, we kind of breezed through this. Basic conditions. Each condition describes a single game modifier. They are the building blocks of conditions, much as effects are the building blocks of powers. So compelled. A compelled character directed by outside force. Controlled. Dazed. A dazed character is limited to free actions and a single standard action per turn. So that happens once you are hit through your resistances for the first time. Debilitated. The character has one or more abilities lowered by 5. Jeez. Defenseless. Defenseless character, blah, blah, blah. Disabled. Character is at a -5 circumstance penalty on checks. Fatigued. Fatigued characters are hindered. A hindered character moves at half normal speed. Okay. Stun, there you go. Stun characters cannot take any actions, including free actions. Okay. So you can combine conditions to make them... Okay. So it does seem... So does stamina... Is that resisting?
Yes. So different attacks target different defenses. So
Gotcha.
stamina is resisting. It basically represents your health pool. But I'm not sure it is actual physical hit points. It doesn't say that. I'm still trying to figure out damage. Like, it's in the document.
I think damage...
820 times.
I think... So damage is... When you're doing damage, it triggers the toughness check. That's how it works.
Okay.
And if they fail by 1 degree, 2 degrees, or 3 degrees, they get varying levels of...
So if my damage is 12, they're trying to beat that on the toughness check? Or they're trying to beat that on the attack side?
They are trying to beat... So they're making a toughness versus damage rank check.
Toughness versus damage. Okay.
And if so, for every degree they fail it by, they take conditions. And then once they take a certain amount of conditions, they are knocked out. Essentially.
Okay.
So yeah, the first degree, you're... you get a -1 penalty to further resistance check. So essentially, you're softened up. The second degree, you take dazed, which makes you not be able to do a lot of cool stuff. And then you get another -1. And then after that, you get staggered. And if you're staggered again, so if you do 3 degrees of failure twice, you are incapacitated. So that's actually a lot more simple now that I'm seeing it than I gave it credit for. But it's weird.
I still don't see it. I still don't get it.
So
I hear it. I understand what you're saying. I just haven't read it anywhere. I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's on page 241.
241.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There it is. That's the damage. That's what I was looking for. Good call.
Oh, I thought you saw it. I'm sorry.
No, I was flipping through the document looking for it.
I was looking for a better one. But I think I understand it.
Yeah, that's the best one you're going to get. And strength provides built-in damage. And sort of some powers, I suppose. Like the damage power.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Alright. So I mean, we mostly know it's very different combat system. Which I'm fine with. It's a very different kind of game. It does sound like there's some rock, paper, scissors going on.
Mm-hmm. Versus the different defenses and such.
Yeah.
That's what I think is going to be weird about building our characters for the first time, is hoping that we put our stuff in the right defenses. Because, like, once we come along, like, level 7 or something, if we didn't do it right, we might get one hit by a fire guy and be like, ooh, we never came against a fire guy before. I didn't know I was supposed to have that defense.
Yeah.
I'm worried about that just because I haven't seen it in motion.
Yeah, no, so I guess, let's see. Where's my...
But that does add for a really cool story if there's a fire villain who shows up and one hits us.
Yeah.
Learn the lesson the hard way.
Where's my pen at? Let's start talking about this here.
Oh yeah, let's start talking about this here. I actually don't have a pen either. Alright, Johann. You remember our 5 categories?
Yeah, so the system itself is category 1. And we're giving all of these a 1. I guess technically you could do 0 if you really hated something. But 0 through 10 score of each of these 5 categories, which will then be averaged into a 10 out of 10 fresh out the box score from me and from Gary, which we will then average together and have our channel rating.
That's right. Pretty simple stuff. What are the 5 categories? Number 1 is system.
Number 2 is setting.
Setting. I believe complexity is one of ours.
Complexity. Options. And visual.
Visual. That was like, I know art's one of them. What word do we use? Visual.
Because visual combines art with organization.
Yeah, art and layout.
So system. We're not going to say these out loud. We're just going to talk
about this for a second.
We're just going to talk about it a little bit.
We'll come back.
But so system is, how's the system? How does the system represent the subject matter? How does the system flow? And not necessarily how difficult it is, just how well does the system work?
Yeah, and it's a D20 system, so that's one of the notes in system. Is it familiar? Is it not necessarily learnable? How do the wheels go clink clink? Do they work?
Yeah. Do the wheels spin on this game?
I think the wheels spin on this game.
And I do not think that they don't. They definitely spin. The system is functional. It does work.
All right, setting. And so I should have brought your attention to it before we did this. I was just reading some of the setting stuff.
Yeah.
Where was it?
The Emerald City?
Yeah, it's exactly right. The Emerald City stuff.
Oh, I'm familiar.
The stuff about the villains, about the heroes, about the different sects and such. Sects, not sects. Come on now. I've misplaced it.
Yeah, 271.
I'm at 266. Like, I know it's around here somewhere.
Yeah, they have a whole cast of characters. So setting for us in this context
is it 265? Literally the word setting. So they talk about modern settings, about historical settings, futuristic settings, light, dark, grayscale, serious frameworks. They give you stories and settings to kind of work with.
Yes, and so yeah. So they do set out like the settings for different fields of games, which is a plus. It's good that they do this. They take the time to show you. It's a 320-page book. I'd be kind of upset if they didn't. And they also provide you with some cities, some like setting stuff. Emerald City, they have a whole map, but setting in this context also means theme. And the overall theme of superheroes, how do you feel? Not necessarily about the theme itself. If you don't like superheroes, try to grade objectively. But
how did Mutants and Masterminds do with their setting? Is the question.
How did they do with the subject matter? How did they represent it? And how good was it?
All right, that brings me to complexity. So I guess in complexity, we're rating this sort of almost reversed, right? So they're going to get a low score if it's hard, not a high score.
Correct.
Just make that clear before we...
Yes, complexity is our score bad to good, 0 to 10, of how difficult this is to... oh, cool. Old School D&D says Steve's Freedom City is usually well liked. Yeah, no, I did see that Freedom City is the other place that they talk about here. I'll talk about a place called Ghost Town.
Ghost Town?
Yeah, the settings, I like the settings. Oh, those are vampires eating people. I love that. All right.
Oh, shit.
So complexity is like how easy this game is to learn, to teach, and to run. And keep in mind, we're doing this rating without playing. So, all of these are surface scores. We are not dissecting this the way that a lot of reviewers do. This is on the surface.
If you're here for the first time joining us tonight, we're doing a series on Thursdays about superhero tabletop games and which ones we want to play. So we covered Cypher System last week and we gave it a surface level score. This week's Mutants and Masterminds, we've got more coming. We're just taking a look and figuring out which one we want to play and what appeals to us. Right off the, without deep diving into the lore.
And we gave Cypher System a 6.8 average score.
Oof. I still feel good about that.
Yeah, I feel better about it now, actually. It's hard for me to be mean. Yeah, so complexity, how hard is this to do, including character creation? So, like, this character creation there's a lot going on there, and it is a little difficult.
I have my final score for this game.
Okay, so the second one, the fourth one is options.
I was going to say, after complexity is options. And then after options is our overall visual score for the game. Again, art and layout and everything else that makes you want to keep looking. And then, Johann, add up all your scores and divide them by 5, buddy. Let me know what you got. And then we can break down and see what you gave what if you really care.
Wow.
Old school D&D said he got your email tonight about his game, or their game, so they thought they would tune in.
I got an email about something, yeah.
You sent them an email about their game.
Oh, did I?
Likely.
Oh. Okay, I did send an email to a company about being a part of this series. So
there they are. Thank you.
Very cool.
All right. What was your score, Johann?
I don't want to say. You go first. You go first.
Oh, I went first last time. I gave it an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I went first last time, and I think I gave Cypher System a 7.2, and I don't have it in front of me because I cleaned up this room.
No, you gave it a 6 point something. No, you might have given it a 7.2.
Yeah, I think you gave it a 6.8, and I gave it a 7.2.
I gave it a 6.4.
Okay. Yeah. An 8. I gave it a big fat 8, and I'm happy with this.
I feel maybe I wasn't objective enough. I don't know. I gave it a 9.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a high score. That's high praise. Where did we go wrong? Where did we split?
I don't know.
I think we split at complexity. That would be my guess.
Maybe.
Where did you go on system for this system?
9 out of 10.
I went with a 9 also. I feel like we could play this.
This is very playable.
We have enough information that we could grab the starter characters, roll the dice, and play it. It's familiar in a way.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong, old school D&D. The pre-genning, very quick. And you still get variation. You still get the change, which I like. But yeah, setting. How'd you feel about the setting and the theme?
So I am comparing this to what else we've read, Cypher System so far. And there is setting in this game, and I thought that Cypher System also actually had a really cool setting with a lot of details on how to make your campaign feel different ways. I gave setting an 8. I think setting is rich. I think it's good. I think there could be even more options and even more examples, but there don't need to be. It's good. It's there.
So I coupled this with the theme, and when you consider the theme of this, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I think this is spot on. I get all the superhero vibes.
Okay.
Might be a little high. Maybe it should be a 9. But hey,
that's pretty high.
10 out of 10.
Complexity. Mm-hmm. This is where I think that you said it was probably less complex than I said it was.
Maybe.
I dropped the 5 on this one.
Gotcha. So, at an entry level, as the person in our chat is saying, it can be hard for first timers, but it seems like overall, and since I've been running all these damn games lately, I am looking forward to something that's easy to run, and this does not seem that hard to run. So I gave it a 7 out of 10 on complexity.
I think from a player perspective that this game is complex, and talking new players into playing this game would be a little hard, and walking them through it would be taxing, to say the least.
You're not wrong.
So for that reason, I gave this game a 5 complexity.
I gave it a 7.
It's a little on the complex side. I'm not going to lie. Lots of point buying, lots and lots of point buying. Lots of point spending to upgrade powers.
There is, and there's a lot going on, and it can be time consuming, but I don't feel that it's actually complex.
That's exactly what complex is in this context. like, it's as complex as a tabletop game is. It's a lot of time to upgrade your shit. You're not just picking something for a point and moving on.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like it's not that much.
It's not. I mean, it's 5, right? For me, it's not easy.
I won't disagree with your 5.
Where did you go on options with this game? How do you feel about your choices?
I mean, we tried to think of a character we couldn't make, and we couldn't do it. So I gave it a 10.
I gave it a 10. This is the only 10 I've got on my list. You're totally right. It's 10. You can do all of it.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Yeah.
No complaints here.
And then, so for visual, time and time again, we complimented the layout about how boom, 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 everything was pretty easy to find. We only ran into a little bit of difficulty towards the end. And I think it's because we just glossed over some stuff. And then the artwork on top of that, fantastic. I gave it a 9.
I gave it an 8 on the visuals. I liked it. There was art. There's a lot of art. There's just some... I don't want to be rude to any artists. I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to show any pictures because that's rude. There's some art that I don't love in this book. And as far as the layout goes, it is a long book, 321 pages, that has a pretty repetitive layout in different colors. But, you know, it's not my favorite layout. It's not the worst layout. It's not the best art. I gave it an 8. 8 out of 10 is good.
I'm not going to disagree with you. 9, I love the artwork, so I gave it a 9. But, so it sounds like our fresh out the box score is 8.5, which
That's
is
exactly right.
Which sounds right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
I'm not mad at that.
8.5 for Mutants and Masterminds.
So fresh out the box gives Mutants and Masterminds from Green Ronin Publishing a 8.5 out of 10. I'm happy about that. I hope they're happy about it. I don't know how people feel about getting rated. But hey, if you like Mutants and Masterminds and want to pick up any of their books, their subject matter, any of that stuff, or any of other Green Ronin's fine age-based systems, use our code. You get 5% off, and we get a little chunk of change. So go ahead and do that if you want to support us and get some cool TTRPGs in the process. This is a sponsored review.
Yeah, man, doesn't that... It makes it feel cheapened a little bit, but
It does, but, like, all of them are getting paid. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to cheapen the review either. I gave it honest numbers.
I mean, go read Halo's review from IGN and tell me they didn't get paid.
They have a big stupid dick for it or what?
Bro, they gave it like a 10 for the story mode or something.
I went through today and gave Halo a 2 out of 5 on my
Halo's it wasn't great. There's a lot of money. I don't know. We're not going to get into that here. If you want to hear more about that kind of stuff, listen to our podcast on Saturdays. New episodes available on Spotify every Sunday. But
yeah, that's fresh out the podcast.
That's fresh out the podcast. We'll leave it over there. But yeah, so this we give it an 8.5. Gary just looked like he should be on a stage running a giant bass shaped like an axe. Oh, he looks like a Viking? Yeah, he does.
I have a giant bass on the stairs.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. But yeah, so no, that's our review of Mutants and Masterminds. I think we might wind up playing this. We've only done 2 out of the series, but I would love to play. We've been talking about playing this for like over a year now, I think. So it definitely has that going for it. But I would like to look at... We still need to look at Soups from Hazard Games. We need to look at Masks from Magpie if they ever get back to me.
Man, you want me to throw a handful of mud at Magpie real quick? Answer our fucking emails!
Yeah, answer our email! What's going on? Yeah, it's been a while now. But yeah, so... Any other games that you guys would like to hear about, see about, go ahead and let us know. You can tweet at us. I'm at RockFact on Twitter. Gary, how do you feel about this? What character would you like to make in this?
You know where I'm at, man. I've actually had a character floating around in my mind since Dungeons and Dragons. 5th edition, when I was playing that, I wanted to play a warlock that was a Fey Pact warlock with a magic weapon, like a weapon pact, blade pact warlock. And I wanted to be a fear Fey. So everything I do is sword fighting and projecting mental fear images onto people.
See,
and
I like it.
What they see coming at them is a horrible, terrifying, frightening monster, and it's really just a regular guy with a sword.
I like it a lot.
It's been in my mind. I think there's going to be some fear at character. I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
I like it a lot because it fits so well with what I enjoy in these settings. I enjoy I like Justice League Dark. I like Justice League Dark. I love the magic characters in Marvel and Midnight Suns and Justice League Dark. Awesome. Both of them are awesome. And I enjoy magic and superheroes mix. I don't know why. I don't know. The lore is always so interesting.
And it's funny that you come from that mindset, that perspective, because I'm the other side of that. I grew up reading Punisher and Daredevil and Luke Cage, and I like the gritty on the streets, almost noir, beating the shit out of regular bad guys type of stuff. And then I really like when those heroes are all of a sudden in over their heads with the major heroes. I like there being different levels of heroes and different things going on throughout the world.
Yeah, no, so I also enjoy the street level people, like the Defenders, a lot. I like them a lot. But yeah, so yeah, old school D&D is, in fact, Hazard Studio. Thank you for coming. I just sent that email not that long ago. You got back quick. So good to see you. Hopefully, we'll be able to look at your system potentially next week. So if you want us to give it the same treatment, let us know and shoot us.
He's like, hell no, not once I saw you grading games. I'm not getting shit on. Don't.
We're not so bad, and I'm the night, like, we have that good balance where only one of us ever shits on something at a time. So I
was gonna say, yeah, you say you're the nice one, but you shit on site.
I shit on stuff a lot too.
Yeah,
but we never do it at the same time, which is good. And if we ever do, absolutely. No, the response. This is great response time. Don't worry, Hazard. I found you on the top lists of superhero games to play. So yeah, I don't come issued with feelings. Nice.
You asked me if this is the one I think we might play. I'd still like to take a look at Masks. I
want to see Masks so bad, but
I keep hearing about Masks, and I know that publishing company, Magpie, mostly does Powered by the Apocalypse.
Masks is Powered by the Apocalypse, yes.
And I like Powered by the Apocalypse,
I do too.
And I want to see Masks. I really do. So I don't know, to answer your question. I don't know if this is the one we're going.
Yeah, definitely. We can't pick it yet.
I like to think that Masks is going to be cool as fuck because I like BBTA. And maybe I'm biased.
Maybe you're biased, but...
Maybe I'm biased because we're sponsored by Green Ronin. I like Mutants and Masterminds. You'll never know. You'll never know if I'm biased or not.
But yeah, so this is... I'll show off your website a little bit here. Since you decided to show up, we appreciate it. This is the Hazard Studio website. Great website. And then the artwork. I like the artwork. It's very superhero-y. This one right here that's up right now, fantastic. I like the fat guy with, like, it looks, what is he, Swiss? Is that the Swiss flag on it? It looks like the Swiss Army knife symbol on that mustachioed man. And I don't know, it looks cool. I would love to look at this system. So if you're interested, please send us a copy and we will show it on stream next week. And thanks for being here. But yeah, so Mutants and Masterminds, so I like your character concept a lot. It's a huge departure from what you were going to be before. But I like it a lot. I like it. Your other idea I like, but it also... You know how when someone gives you a character concept and you're like, it could be good, but it could also be shit?
Mm-hmm.
That one has that. This one, I don't get that with. This one, I'm like, this is awesome. Like, just straight, nothing but support for this idea.
There's just a fear character, right? That's all there is. There's a fear-powered character back there, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with it.
Sword. Awesome. Fear and sword.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
That That's the spice. That's the correct spice off the shelf for that character, I feel.
I also don't know if after all this time of waiting to play a superhero game, I'm just going to play a fucking illusion wizard with a sword, because I could do that in a fantasy game. I might really want to dig deep here and find something that is a superhero experience that I can't get anywhere else.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. That's fair. Right now, yeah, I don't know. Similar for me, because I mean, you've played a lot of my games. It sounds like you're going to be fighting demons in the supernatural, and also wizards. So maybe you're not wrong. I definitely need to put that. I need to sprinkle that super spice on it a little more.
That's where I'm at. I need to make sure I get a superhero out of this, because I've wanted to play a supers game my whole life, and neither one of us have, and we fucking love superheroes.
Yeah. Definitely. So, no, that was a good one, man. That was a good one. I like that. That was a fun stream. So.
I've also got a teleporter on my back burner.
I always have a teleporter on my back burner. It's my favorite power.
I want a group teleporter. I want to have support teleporter.
Oh, like Cloak or Lockjaw?
Mm-hmm, that's exactly right. I don't want to play like the Nightcrawler hero sword flasher or whoop that ass. I want to play like all right, guys, this is our last chance. Let's get the fuck out of here, teleporter. Or I can get us in behind enemy lines, but after that, you guys are going to have to keep me safe. I think that's a fun power. Long distance teleporting is a cool group power to have at your disposal that can also get you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I want to play. Yeah, since I'm not going to be playing, I'm going to be writing. But I would love like a Constantine kind of person. I would like not a Batman, more like a Daredevil. I would like a martial artist, street level brawler guy, and I also kicking around. I always like the power suit and the armaments kind of guy. Maybe like a gadgeteer.
Cool about that, I'm not really drawn to it, but as another, like, I would love to see someone else at the table really experience that battle suit character.
I also look forward to me and you playing D&D with this game, but someone else not doing that. And so it's Constantine fighting demons, but Iron Man's there, and that's exciting for me.
Yes, like whoever we're with is like, yeah, well, I want to play Iceman. Like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. So no, I'm definitely this game is doing the thing that I say good games do. It is working the gears from the artwork and the power sets and just the customization. It is working the gears. I like this game. I'm excited to look at it again, maybe play it in the future. But yeah, you have anything else, Gary?
No, actually, I don't.
All right. So I've been Johann Minion, the Game Master Extraordinaire and Board Game Guru at RockFact on Twitter, Johann Minion1 on TikTok.
I'm Casualty CDG, and you can call me at Casualty CDG. You can find me at Casualty CDG on all the social medias. I'm a retired child crimes and human trafficking detective turned tabletop titan and improv comedian. Please check us out every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. And also every other Saturday, recording fresh out the podcast. Of course, you can catch that every Sunday release on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Google Podcasts, all the things.
Amazon. Yeah.
So check us out, support us, love us. We're trying to bring you fresh interviews with game creators and devs and talk about games and play games. And we like games and your games, so we like you too.
Yeah, check out our interviews with the communications director of the Global Game Jam, Tajia. Check out our interview with Noble Smith, the story director of the Age of Empires series. And then also check out our interview with game creator extraordinaire, Malcolm Shepard.
I was going to say cognitive scientist from last week.
Also, yeah, cognitive scientist from last week. Dr. Davey...
Jim Davies.
Jim Davies, yeah.
Dr. Jim
Davies, yeah, that was a cool one. So yeah, check out all that stuff on our YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to the Powered by the Apocalypse review. Absolutely. We will, City of Mist, we'll definitely take a look at 2 as well. So we definitely have 1 in the pocket for this series. But thank you so much for being here. Have yourselves a great night. Stay fresh.